This podcast is proud to be part of the Talksport Fan Network.
Talksport. Powered by fans.
This episode of the 1911 podcast is brought to you by Coral, the proud sponsor of the Talksport Fan Network. Here for all kinds of fans. For the armchair experts who didn't have enough city points to make that away game. For the football fashionistas that wear claret and amber with pride. And for the nostalgia merchants, because nothing beats the history makers. Whatever kind of fan you are, with Coral's free-to-play reward shaker, win a guaranteed daily reward or offer throughout the season. Simply shake your phone to win. Over 18s only, maximum one reward or offer per player per day, 8am to 8pm. Reward restrictions and requirements and other T's and C's apply. For more information on safer gambling, visit gambleaware.org.
This podcast is brought to you by Coral, and they're here for the fans. At the Fan Network, we have a mission to shake up the game we all love, and that's why we partnered with Coral, who've been shaking things up too. With their free-to-play reward shaker, there are guaranteed rewards and exclusive offers to be won every single day. Whether you're a part of the Badging Brigade, the Away Dayers, or the football fashionistas, Coral's here for the fans. Play Coral's reward shaker and win bigger guaranteed daily rewards and offers this season. For over 18s only, maximum one reward or offer per player per day. Reward restrictions and requirements and other T's and C's apply. Visit gambleaware.org for more details.
A game of two halves as Bradford take 3 points back over the Pennines after their win against a dominant Stockport side who will rue their missed chances, but the clinical and well-organised Chickens have had the last laugh. Join myself, Chris and Andy for a special post-match reaction episode. This is the 1911 podcast, Extra Time.
Welcome to the 1911. We're going to have a bit of extra time tonight. What the bloody hell just happened?
Yeah, so let's just clarify. This is the Stockport game just ended about 15 minutes ago, and we've all taken a chunk of our free time to bring you a sort of extra time special, because I think we need it after a game like that, because we talked about, obviously, the ambitions of playoffs and realising sort of the small dreams of the club, but those dreams have just been blown up tonight. Well, we're there, basically, aren't we?
Just wow. You look at the four games that we've had at the beginning of the season. Played Wickham, you worry about that one. We come out with a win. Play Luton, come out of that one. We get a win quite comfortably, by may I add. And we play at Stockport, who I would probably say, although apart from the second half, I would say probably man to man have the better team in every department than us. And we've come out with another win. What the hell is going on this season?
It's incredible, isn't it? Like, out of all the teams to drop points to, it's frigging Northampton. Out of the teams we've played to start off with, you got Blackburn in there, you got Luton, you got Stockport, and we drop points to Northampton. Tonight were incredible. I mean, first half, we were totally outplayed off the park by a well-drilled, very, very good Stockport side. Like you said, Chris, man for man, the better side.
I think that phrase as well, man for man, is really important, because we sort of highlighted it in our own sort of talk while we were watching the game. But when you're coming up against a team that play a similar formation and you do try go man for them, when you get it wrong, when they are just better than you and they move quicker, they've got a better passing range and they move the ball faster, it's going to be disastrous. And that's what was happened in the first half. We just, every time we got close to them, well, we didn't get close to them because they moved the ball so much quicker because we were trying to go man to man.
It's just, it's mind-boggling. We were all talking about who's having a poor game and whatnot, but I want to touch on, I think, massive credit for tonight goes to Graham. For how bigger than the result for me is how many years have we as City fans gone, we've got plan A, that's all we've got. But tonight we saw a plan B that were good. And it actually worked. So we're not just a one-dimension team.
No, we're not.
That for me is just massive in comparison to what we've had.
And I think as well the the choice of what we did. So in the first half, we can sort of agree we tried to play our own football. We tried to be quite pretty with the passing. We tried to move it wide and get Ibby and Josh Nerfill into one-on-ones where we can. And that clearly didn't work. What do we do in the second half? We bring on Pato and we go far more direct. We go far quicker and far higher up the pitch. Every ball is going over the top of their centre-backs. What can we do running in behind? And that is exactly how we got all of our chances, really.
Yeah, I think you look at kind of Metcalf, who just didn't really do anything in that first half. I think the game was probably maybe a little bit too physical for him. I don't know. And that's probably me being a little bit harsh. But you look at kind of like the substitutions and Dandy, you're right about kind of Graham Alexander, because it's something that he does get a lot of criticism for is his substitutions from time, whether it's that he does them at the right time. Well, I think when we look at that kind of, when you look back, you look and you think those two players that came on were perfect. I mean, I'm really, really, really starting to absolutely love Will Swan. I think his energy, certainly in the second half, like when teams are a little bit more tired, I think he's just someone that really frustrates teams. And we're seeing that from him. And I think the substitutions were spot on as well. Bobby probably, again, it probably wasn't the right game for Bobby. We just needed a little bit more control of the ball, maybe. And I think
I think actually we needed, well, what we did actually was have less control of the ball, but by default we got more of that by putting them under pressure and forcing them into mistakes, because we went direct. That was what changed. We started going longer to Humphreys, more knockdowns, but more importantly, right over the top of their defenders, which is how we got the Sarcevic goal, and it's how Humphreys nearly scored, and we had so many chances off the back of that. And going direct, it panicked them a bit, because obviously before then we'd been kind of playing into their hands, maybe by almost trying to beat them at their own game with pretty little passing. But as good as we are at that, we've proved that this season, we're not going to beat the best in the league by doing that. And I think the key word for me is the humility and the humbleness of Alexander to go, right, well, that didn't work, so let's try this. And just even, like Andy says, the reward of having a plan B for City fans that's amazing. That's something we haven't had in years.
It's huge. And I want a special mention as well, because there wasn't much to shout about in that first half, right? But the absolute man-mountain and behemoth that is Curtis Tilt had an excellent game from start to finish, didn't it?
What a man.
Yeah, well, that first half was just Stockport versus Curtis Tilt and Sam Walker, wasn't it? There was nothing else going on in front of them. I was a little disappointed with Kelly. I thought he looked a bit out of his depth. Pennington looked all right, but obviously when you're dealing with Mothersill on one side, and then Fevrier comes on as well, and you're trying to man-mark Diamond, and yeah, he's so much going on. So I don't think it's fair to look at players and say, oh, well, they haven't had a very good game, because this game wasn't about having a good game. It was about having a smash and grab. What's our mentality? Where's our mindset at as a team? How can we grind out these points? And we've done more than that. We've come away with a win.
Yeah, and I think like we talk about Curtis Tilt, what a player he's been. Danny, I'll do a little shout out for Danny from the Salford podcast. When we signed him from them, he said, why? Although I have had a couple of messages from him saying, okay, I wish we had him back in our defence, because I probably didn't realise how good he was. I thought it was an interesting fact as well in the second half, was where Curtis used to work in a quarry, and I said to you boys, I said, he didn't work in a quarry, the quarry worked for him, because of how strong that man is. But he is, I mean, he had Wootton wound up, didn't he? And Wootton got so frustrated with him. What a do you know? And we look at kind of when we signed him and the abuse that they got, he got because of his age and because he'd come from Salford. And you look at how good he is in that central defence. And today, I don't know who's got man of the match yet, because I'm not sure if that's come out yet. But I think for me, it's Curtis who got the man of the match.
It's got to be a toss-up, hasn't it, between Curtis and Samuel Colin Walker.
Looking as we speak.
I won't mention also that when we're talking about Mr. Walker, a very common and very well known podcaster did mention that he thought that Samuel Walker was not good enough for League One football. That's 2 games where he's made an absolutely world-class save. If anybody's not seen the highlights yet, that ball doesn't go in. It actually genuinely does not go in. And another phenomenal save right at the end of the game. So, yeah, I think we can safely say that Sam Walker is very comfortably a League One goalkeeper.
Well, it's not just that one save at the end, which is absolutely magnificent to claw it, because he's jumping high, almost expecting it to come above him, and the ball actually goes low, and he claws it out, and then it comes off the post as well, and he keeps it from going over the line. The poll's been up for 14 minutes. Sam Walker currently on 84% of the vote. Curtis Tilt on 12%, Patterson and Swan on 2% each. Unsurprising.
It's unsurprising. Either or could get it. I think on tonight's performance, Sam probably deserves it. He made some outstanding saves, especially that first half. They could have been 3 or 4-0 up, couldn't they? So I think he deserves it, and he'd probably get my vote tonight as well. I would like to say, all night in our group chat, I will go in Sass having a bit of a poor game. Sass having no, we're not there yet. We will be though. Sass having a poor game, but I'll tell you what a strike!
Yeah,
it's a brilliant goal.
That angle, that shouldn't have happened. I don't know how he managed to do it, and the bringing it down, it was just phenomenal.
I think what's impressive for me as well is that, not to also toot my own trumpet, but in the group chat throughout the game, I was saying we only need one chance. We will come back into this game, but I didn't actually believe it. I will hold my hand up and say that I didn't actually believe what I was typing, because the footballing ability and the mindset you have to say, oh, well, the ball's broken to me in this game that, we've had nothing in, and to slam it home like that. Even for the composure of the little free kick routine we did, to have that mentality of we've had absolutely nothing up to this point, but let's try this. Or, let's just do
balls.
This. Yes, the balls.
Something I do want to mention, because obviously we're talking about the second half a little bit here, is that this might be nothing, and I felt that when Stockport players came onto the pitch at second half, they looked a little bit too comfortable for me. I felt that they looked almost like, we've won this game. And I just felt that maybe they got a bit cocky. When you look back on the first goal that we scored, it's sloppy defending, isn't it? It's really poor defending. There's no marking going on there.
It's a really early goal as well to concede, so it's 49th minute. I know obviously we've got a massive habit at the moment of scoring early in every half. But, that early on to let that lead slip is really poor, because they'd come out quite well.
Yeah, I was about to say that. Despite us scoring early doors, that's the only opportunity that we had. Other than that, they came back out. Tend to disagree with your point that they looked a bit too comfortable, because they came back out and basically played how they did in the first half. We got the one chance, one goal, and that's when the game turned around. But up until then, it was the exact same.
Yeah, but I think what I mean by that is I think that they were very, very cocky after the first half, which, you're kind of thinking anyway, please don't let this be a 3 or 4-0 game. But I just think that they didn't really change anything. We changed a lot, and they didn't really seem to have a plan B. And I felt that we just kind of... I think what spoke volumes for me a lot was when it went 1-1, you go, right, they're gonna attack us now. They're looking for that to go back into the lead. Didn't feel like that. I felt like actually there was only one team who were really going for it.
I was only really nervous right at the end, I think. Even, I know Fevrier had a few chances coming off the bench. God, what a player to bring off the bench. That is ridiculous.
Yes.
But even then, there wasn't a seriously difficult save for Walker to make. Nothing like he had in the first half, or obviously the last save that he made, the last kick of the game.
Did you see at the end there as well? I thought it was comical. I had a chuckle to myself. Sam Walker took the ball, and then Baldwin fake fell over him, and then Tilt just I'm just going to jump on top and have a pile-on.
Yeah, oh, it was brilliant. I was. You know what? I was going to type that in the chat, but I thought, let Andy enjoy it since his stream's about 5 years behind.
Yeah, it is. I am still in the 1930s with my stream, but that's by the by. But can I just say, one man in this chat here said we were going to win tonight.
Yep.
Which man was that gentleman? Knows football.
Was it the one who had a little bit of an edit towards the last pod at the very, very beginning about how he couldn't be asked with beating Blackburn? Was it that one? You weren't very happy about that one, were you, Andy?
I wasn't happy about the edit. You threw me under the bus, didn't you?
Well,
but
I tip my hat to you because me and Chris both went with draws, as would be expected of previous years, but hats off to you for predicting that. I would have never seen this coming.
You both laughed at me with my prediction at the start, before the season even kicked off, that I reckon we're going to make playoffs. I know it's still early doors, right?
We're like 4 games in, calm down.
But, yeah, we're 4 games in, but then when you've got Chris coming into a group chat going, 100 points is on, boys, and don't pretend like you're thinking, oh, it's tongue-in-cheek. He fucking believes it.
You're gonna have to bleep that one.
Listen, I'm just enjoying it being a City fan at the moment. This team, I absolutely going to talk about this team as well. Love this team. We've had more successful teams, of course we have, but this team, when they play and when they get going, the passion, the togetherness, and I know I've mentioned this before, but I think it really needs emphasising again. It's just something else. They had no right to go to Stockport tonight and get 3 points, and we have.
It's a Rocky Balboa of a team, isn't it? We just don't know when we're beaten.
That's it.
There's no staying down.
I mean, the players will clearly run through a brick wall for Alexander. There's absolutely no doubt in that from the performance tonight. And I think also to have the belief in your manager when, you know, your back's up against the wall like that and you're really under the pressure, for him to say, right, we're going to change this, we're going to try this, can you do this for me? And they'll do it. They will do anything he asks. And that's why we've come away with 3 points, is because they really trust him.
Yeah, and you know we've got no passengers in this team as well. I mean, I think I counted 4 or 5 different players that chased the ball down, just closed it down, made a tackle, got a corner, straight away to the crowd. Come on! Incredible scenes. Like, how often have we seen this as City fans? It's just so refreshing.
I think more to the point for me is that I've never seen a City team fight this way. Or if you go back to the Luton game, when I mentioned that I've never seen teams play like that against City, in the same sense of they come to Valley Parade and they struggle, but also for us to beat teams comfortably, to ease out these games comfortably and walk away and say, yeah, we clearly deserve to win that, we were the better team, on to the next one, rather than thinking, oh, you know, we're getting a bit of momentum here, you know, we're not doing too badly sort of mentality. We're steamrolling teams when we can, and when we don't, we're coming away with the points regardless.
Yeah, it's going to be Peterborough coming up on Saturday.
Who lost again tonight. They lost to Barnsley, who are they now top of the table? Sorry, Stevenage are still perfect. They got a late winner away at Port Vale. So for what it's worth, Stevenage top on 12 points. Then Cardiff, Barnsley and Bradford all on 10. Huddersfield behind us by 1 point. They won again tonight. Mind the gap! We've got to say it every time, otherwise, you know, it loses. It's already lost all meaning, but we've got to keep it rolling. Right, final thoughts. We are not going to have an episode out soon after Peterborough away because a few of us are on our travels. But for those City fans travelling, please enjoy the match. Peterborough currently rock bottom, so I won't tempt fate by saying anything.
No, we need a prediction. I want predictions.
I'm going 2-0 City.
Oh, so we got positive.
Right, just because you've said that, I'm going to say we're going to lose 5-0.
Oh, if we do now, you're getting lynched.
Yeah, the 1911 podcast will have one less member.
No, I think it'll be a tight affair, to be fair, regardless of them being bottom.
Final thought from me before we sign off is that we shouldn't be afraid to play away anymore. We had a torrid time last season playing away. Only 20 points away from home versus 50 odd at home is incredible. But this season, much better, and we shouldn't be afraid to play away from home, because at Northampton we did look a bit scared, and tonight we definitely didn't in that second half. So
I was just having a cheeky look, right? Last season, please correct me if I'm wrong, we got our first point from an away game on the 1st of October. Let that sink in. So we played Morecambe, we got a draw at Morecambe, and that were the first away points of last season. We've got 4 already this year.
Yeah, and we should be 100% really. However,
oh well, I'm happy where I am.
Yeah.
But no, that'll do us, boys. Chris, enjoy your travels. You're going down and watch some fake fighting called wrestling. Ewan, enjoy your weekend.
I'm in Lincoln over the weekend, so I'm slightly closer actually to Peterborough, but I sadly cannot go to the match.
It is what it is, but we will be back, hopefully Tuesday, Wednesday next week, who knows, with the next episode. So thanks for joining us, and up those pesky chickens.
This podcast is brought to you by Coral, and they're here for the fans. At the Fan Network, we have a mission to shake up the game we all love, and that's why we partnered with Coral, who've been shaking things up too. With their free-to-play reward shaker, there are guaranteed rewards and exclusive offers to be won every single day. Whether you're a part of the Badging Brigade, the Away Dayers, or the Football Fashionistas, Coral's here for the fans. Play Coral's reward shaker and win bigger guaranteed daily rewards and offers this season. For over 18s only, maximum 1 reward or offer per player per day. Reward restrictions and requirements and other T's and C's apply. Visit gambleaware.org for more details. This episode is proud to be sponsored by Now, where you can stream Sky Sports flexibly. Catch the biggest games this season how you want, when you want. The football season is back, and you can keep up with all the action on Sky Sports with a Now membership. Whether you're perched on the edge of your sofa or hiding behind it, you can capture more of the drama this season with Now. The heat of the moment, the 90th minute winner, that last-ditch tackle, the pride on the line, and the best bit, you can dip in for the derby or stay for the season. With a Now month membership, you can stream all Sky Sports channels flexibly. No fuss. Go to nowtv.com to find out more about sports memberships. 18 plus, UK only. Minimum speed 2.5 megabits per second. Live scheduling may be subject to change. Full terms apply.
This podcast is proud to be part of the TalkSport Fan Network.
TalkSport. Powered by fans.